Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, Podcast family, welcome back to the Podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The Podcast is your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door, talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice, definitely not tonight. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down, we don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes. Joining me, as always, is the greatest producer of all time, Belle. How are you doing tonight, Belle?
I'm great now. How are you doing today, Scott?
I'm fantastic. Stay there for a second, though, because I don't want that. There we go. Nice, clean screen. The only thing that we're missing is the little podcast thing right there, and Leanson's taking care of us. I had a good day. I had a good weekend. I had a good crypto day. I mean, it's all coming up, Scott, right now. So, yeah, couldn't be happier, Belle. Thank you for asking. Here at the podcast, we have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus onto use case cryptos because, as we know, these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. Status quo, it's no longer acceptable. It's time for a technological revolution. Welcome to crypto. Welcome to the podcast. And thank you, thank you, thank you. So it's going to be a little bit of a different stream, guys. Get your questions in. All right, just get them in because tonight Scott is Scott. I when I'm speaking to myself in the third person. Oh, Scott, and we are going to be doing some stuff. That means Scott and I have a mouse in my pocket. That's a funny classic joke. Stephen Douglas gets it. I don't think anybody else does. I'm going to be. I have to move around some money. I need to be getting a hell of a lot more aggressive. So you're going to be hearing a lot of inner monologue coming out as I explore options. And I've been looking at these things all day. But I figure, you know what? Let's just carry it over to the stream. Why not? You guys can hear the inner monologue. I don't always have to get deeply philosophical or whatever. Sometimes I could just show you what I'm doing, because that's kind of what the show is. So I'll be doing that tonight. It's going to be a little bit more disjointed than we usually have it, as if we really stick to structure, Bill. But yeah, we're going to kind of be all over the board. This is my process. That's basically what this is. I got the nicest comment on a YouTube video today. I forget I forget the guy's name. I'm sorry, sir, if you watch this in the replay and I forgot your name. I didn't mean to. But he said the thing that he liked, or that kind of changed his perception of me because he thought I was a clown. And more often than not, I am. But he saw me actually moving money, and he saw me actually making buys, and he saw me actually doing what I say I'm doing. And he said it kind of changed his perception because most people, particularly the influencers, they're not doing this, man. They're not actually making buys. They're not doing any of this stuff. Their whole big goal for a lot of these guys is just to get hooked onto one of these new startup projects and be the voice of the startup project, be awarded a whole bunch of tokens that they're going to rug. I mean, this is it, man. This is crypto. This is what it is. But that's like the path. That's what you do. You go over and you invest just enough so that you learn how to do it, and then you move over to the reporting side and the validator side and all that other side where all you were actually doing is selling crypto. People are giving you crypto and you're selling it. And that makes you a crypto investor, a successful crypto investor, by taking digital money that you really didn't earn and turning it into cash. All right, so that's called leveraging your position, leveraging a microphone. That's what we used to call it, is just leveraging a microphone. This is from radio way back in the day. I don't know what they call it now, but that's kind of how it is, because the majority of these people who are out here doing it, and I will name names. I don't give a shit. What are you going to do to me? I'm already wealthy. But yeah, that's kind of what they do, is they get in here and they talk and they create a persona, they create a brand, then they leverage the brand, they get money, get paid usually in tokens, and they dump them. They have no problem dumping them because who cares? It's not theirs. It's not even real money, guys, right? It's just digital money. And I'm happy to let it go because, look, caveat emptor, and if you're not actually clever enough to figure out what they're doing, it's not my job to educate you on something like that, man. You're a grown-ass man. You're grown-ass people. You're a grown woman. You could be able to figure this out by yourself. And so usually I stay out of it completely, but I saw one of these jagoffs today going off on, and he's got his name right there on the top of the tweeter, who I am, who I represent, my brand, everything. And he was starting to go off politically. And I responded. I put a tweet on there. I was like, dude, okay, is this where we're going now? Are we going to start mixing party politics with crypto? Because most people who are over here in crypto are doing it because they don't want party politics. They don't want this stuff. But the funniest thing to me, and it feels weird that I have to point this out on your behalf, what you just did by choosing a side, by choosing a position, is you just alienated half of the crypto audience. Half the crypto investors that may or may not have delegated to you, now they won't. All right, you just picked a side. And the one thing that you do not do when you're a validator and are basically out there with hat in hand saying, hey, brother, can you spare 10,000 tokens and I'll hold them for you? What you do not do in this case is pick a side. You don't. Now, anybody who's been in and around politics, the space, any of this stuff for any length of time knows I'm right. All right, 100% knows I'm right. What you never, ever do is alienate half your audience. So I understand a lot of these guys are young, very young. I see them. They post pictures of themselves every now and again. I understand that you're very, very young. You're very, very passionate, and you're very, very stupid. So I'm here to help you. What you never, ever do is what you just did. And if you happen to do that, what you should do is take it down and don't let anybody else see it. Because as soon as something like that gets out, guess what? It's everywhere. You cannot delete the internet. So I'm not saying don't have a position. I do. I mean, I'm a very strongly biased political type of person that is probably different than everybody who's listening to me because I'm kind of unique. But what I never do is stand on leverage my microphone for a political purpose when I'm talking about cryptocurrency. Don't do that. Trust me. When you're all grown up, you're going to realize that I'll be damned, Scott was right, almost like he's already been through this over and over and over. If you get a report in the crypto space, then you report crypto. If you get a report in the politics space, report politics. But you don't mix them, all right? These are streams that you really should not cross, particularly if you are the guy with your hand out saying, let me hold your tokens for you. Don't do that, all right? This was a free tip. Didn't cost you anything, free from the podcast, but you should really, really listen and actually hear what I'm telling you. I'm doing you a favor. Stop that. Because if you don't, you're going to make me get into it. And if I have to get into it, son, I'm telling you right now, man, you are up way past your bedtime. I've been doing this for 25 damn years. I will argue either side and I will win every single time because that's my job. So, all right. Anyway, Belle, that was my public service announcement. I told you I was going to be cool about it. Was I cool about it?
You were cool about it. You
Okay.
were very cool about it.
Was my message perfectly clear? Was there any ambiguity to what I was talking about here?
I think a 2-year-old can understand that.
And that's kind of where we're going to be. All right, real quick. You know what? That's it. That's the whole monologue. Do we have any questions, comments? Because I'm getting into money, Bub. I got a lot I got to get to tonight.
We have 2 questions so far, both of them from New Type. New Type wants to know, how's that BLD LP pool on Shade Protocol?
It's funny that you should mention that, sir. We're going to be taking a look at that thing tonight. This one's kind of crazy. And it actually made me go and look that I forgot that I had anything in it whatsoever. I have a tendency to throw money all over the place. I mean, that's just what I do. I just toss it out and I see what happens. And I when I broke this down, I was like, hey, I got $300. I didn't even know I had it. I forgot about it. How's the pool? We'll get into the pool, and I'm going to give you 100% of the context of why I believe that this is a better deal than the BLD pool over on Crescent because I'm so damn smart. Belle, carry on.
New Type also asks, I like the Axelar bridge, but not sure if I want to invest in the Axelar token. Do you know much about their business structure?
Yeah, and I don't like it. I don't know. I love the bridge. All right. Axelar and Gravity, man, they're both good bridges. I'm gonna give some people some PTSD here, but the best bridge, hands down, best bridge in crypto that has ever been created was the Peggy bridge, and we were gonna give a month's worth of data storage, meaning $8 worth of Jackal, to anybody who could tell me where the Peggy bridge was located. That was hands down the best bridge that crypto has ever seen, is the Peggy bridge. And I'm talking Axelar and Gravity are both right here. Peggy was way up here. This is Nomad, Wormhole, all that other stuff way down here, but Peggy was way the hell up here. So months worth of Jackal storage to anybody who could tell us where the Peggy bridge was located. No, their bridge is good. It is a good bridge, but it's their business model, man, they're kind of all over the place. I mean, look, you can't keep it's so inflationary. I mean, it's brutally inflationary. I can't even use this wallet. Hang on, let me flip wallets here, guys.
And we have a winner already. Toot chiming in with Sif Chain.
Sif Chain, round of applause. Round of applause. Yes, it was Sif Chain that actually created and utilized that bridge. It was absolutely awesome. I see it. I see something popping up on Discord. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. What is that, Belle? Look into that. Okay.
That's one of our devs, yeah.
Okay, well, what's the bad news? Or just tell me in the break. So, yeah, look, Jesus. I could swear I even have a little bit. This is a different wallet, guys. Don't sweat this one. Right there. Yeah, so there's kind of a problem when you pool up something like this, and the problem is sitting right there. Do you guys see the pair rewards? Do you see how much gravity that these guys are pumping out on this? It is a ludicrous amount of gravity based on the usage. Now, when I bridge, I have a tendency to bridge with gravity bridge. I mean, that's usually what I do. I'll move some money for you guys if you really want to see how it works. It's no big deal to me. But yeah, I have a tendency to use it. This is probably right here, arguably the worst pool, the worst LP in crypto is sitting right here. And that's Gravity Bridge and B-Creek, because you're talking about a hyperinflationary token paired with another hyperinflationary token that you're being paid out 81% in those two hyperinflationary tokens. So please, somebody tell me how this is ever going to work out long term. I have money in it. You can see it right there. But this is my experimental wallet. I have different levels. I never really shared this with you guys, but we'll go ahead and do it now. So we have our experimental level. This is the one where I will throw. Do we get a lot of people on tonight? Not a lot. All right. This is where I'll just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. That's what that wallet is for. So it's one that I could get wiped out in. And it's not really, well, I mean, nobody likes to lose, but it's one that I could get wiped out in, and it's not really going to break my heart a whole hell of a lot. That's why if you see all the different pools and the silliness that goes on over here on this particular wallet, I'm sure you'll agree none of these are really good investments. But what I do is I like to get very, very solid not theoretical, but actual physical data on these. That's why I will toss money in. That's why I have so much over there. Because I can earn $30, $40 a day on that particular wallet, and I throw it in bullshit pools just so I can monitor them, just so I can monitor their progress. But it also gives me a little head up when something is spiking, meaning something that I should be rolling in, that I should start shorting, regardless of where I am in the pool position. Basically, what I'm doing is up there earning a little bit and monitoring those tokens. That's what I do. I can't, for every token that I own, if I had an alert on it, my phone would never stop. It was something is always up, something is always down. So what we do is we make our little experimental wallet over here because there is such a good batch of different Cosmos tokens over here, but it's something that I could play around with. I mean, who wants to own Harbor? Who wants to own Kanto? Who wants to own any of this stuff? But, oh, look, I own a little bit of all of it. And this is the one. Again, man, this is just the experimental wallet. So to answer your question, Gravity Bridge is excellent. Their tokenomics suck, and I can't for the life of me understand why anybody would invest in this really, really long term. It just feels like they're doing this with VC money, man. They're just pouring it out. Evmos did the same thing. Everybody did the same thing. Pretty much all the Cosmos did the same thing, and we saw how that worked out. So great bridge. They're going to have trouble. Their tokenomics are god-awful. Hope that answered the question, Bell. Carry on.
All right, Sir KJK actually asking, please move money with Gravity Bridge.
Yeah, man, no problem. Let me get one set up. I'm trying to figure out where I need some money. All right, hang on. Let me change wallets again. We're gonna make a simple transfer. I need the cash, so I have to push that back. But I'll do it for you guys in case you've never ever done it or seen it before. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to portfolio and let's move some Axelar. I think I got some Axelar sitting over there. All right. So we're going to move Axelar. We're going to move it from Osmosis over to here because, again, it's just easier to bridge it. So we're going to go ahead and hit that. You see that little button that says Go Bridge? So right now we are moving it from Ethereum. No, we're going to move it from, oh, hey, Bell, look, they got Archway on there now. They got Archway. Yay! Round of applause for Archway making it on there. And Aura and some of these other things. All right, we're going to move it from, where the hell is, we're going to move it from Osmosis, and we're going to move it from Crescent. So you can see how that thing lights up right there. It tells me that I do have a balance available over there on Osmosis. And we're going to be moving it to Crescent. So what we're going to do is, we'll move, I don't know, $1,000. And we're going to autofill our address. And I have to approve it because they keep changing this over. So this is my Crescent address for my USDC. And once I do that, I'm going to generate a deposit address. You see the little machine starts spinning right here, right? Look, it's the future, guys. We're in space. It's awesome. So what they're doing right now is we are bridging these tokens, and you can see it happen right here. So once it actually pops up and it gives me the thing, then I'm going to hit the send from Kepler. It's going to approve the transaction. It cost me 0.01 Osmo, which is not even a penny. It is a fraction of it. It's such a small amount of money. We don't call it money. We just call it a stipend. So I pay them the stipend, and oh, look, here it goes. Transfer on Osmos detected. Token will soon arrive. I guess I should have checked to see how much I had there, huh, Bill? Before I did it, before I made it so that we could see it fill in. I think I had a couple $100, so we'll see what actually fills in over here. And then this thing is going to complete the transfer. So it's going from Osmosis. It's going through Axelar Bridge. It is being destroyed. Think of it like the Star Trek teleporters. So it's being destroyed on one end and it's being recreated on the other end. But all of this is going through Axelar. That is actually the past. So I wanted to track this. I would see hash before it ends up over here on Crescent. That's what we're seeing right now. It's completing your transfer to Crescent. Now, I got no issue doing this with $1,000. What I do, I think the most they'll let you do is about $250,000. So the most I've ever done is 100,000. I mean, that's still nervous. I mean, even for me, that gets a little nervous when I got 100 grand up there and I click the button and I say, yeah, go ahead. I trust you. It's going to be great. That's what happens when you're moving six figures. It makes you nervous. But I'm not going to sit here all damn day moving $2,000 at a time. You guys can see how long it takes. This is not an instantaneous transaction, and I pay a fee for it every single time. Not much. It's like 20, 30 cents or something. Like it used to be $20. It used to be a flat rate. Oh, I'm sorry, right there. They'll let you move 500,000 at a time. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to move $500,000 for a video, for a live stream video here, Bill. I'm certainly not going to do that. Let's see if that stuff has showed up yet. Where is it? USA. Yeah, there it is. So, you guys can see it right there. $1,000 showed up. That is how you bridge. Hope that answered the question, Bell. Please carry on.
And that was actually the last one for the moment.
Fantastic. Should I put? I'm going to press through the break, guys. I like doing my live read. I'm going to do the live read. I'm going to do one live read, and then this is the last break of. This will be the last break of the show. So, you guys know we don't get tips. Bell doesn't make shit doing this. Oh, you know a funny thing? We're small tonight. We went looking at this, and Bell and I, we went looking at the live streams that we've done out here, and Bell and I have made 620 live streams together. 620 live streams just in the crypto space. And for reference, it takes us approximately 2 hours to do a live stream. That's 1 hour on, half hour before, and a half hour after. So we do our pregame, and then we do our postmortem. So it's about 2 hours every single time. So we have spent 1,200 hours between the two of us. We've spent 1,200 hours doing this. And the channel, total total value that this channel has earned up and down is about $2,800 over the years that we've been doing it. So I don't know how much that breaks down to an hour, Bell, but it ain't much. So we have to augment our salary. That's what I'm going at with this one. So I have to tell you, good evening, Podcasters. Are you like me? Do you struggle to make travel arrangements when you are out of town? Are you tired? Are you tired of the shame of taxi cabs and embarrassed that you don't know how to use the Uber? Do you... Do you wish that there was a better way to get from point A to point B without thumbing it? You guys don't know it. That used to be a thing for us. Well, now there is, folks, and it's the newest sensation, sweeping the traveling population. All you have to do is get in the van. Now, when you use the Uber, there are entirely too many steps. You have to wait here. You have to confirm there. You have to match IDs. It's too much, and people are tired of it. With Get in the Van, all you have to do is push a single button on a single app, wait for a bit, and a nondescript windowless van will arrive at your location. But hey, doesn't that sound a little bit sketchy, Bella? Doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does sound a little bit sketchy.
Well, you know what? Security precautions have already been taken. The driver will tell you, get in the van. And that's all there is to it. Safety first, folks. You heard it here on the podcast. All you need to do is get in, sit back, and relax, and you will end up somewhere. It's fun for you. It's fun for the kids. Add a little adventure to your travels and just get in the van. And we will be right back, guys, doing money. Cheers. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. And I did read that right. Bell broke it all down. We make 43 cents an hour for doing this. That is, you know what? That's a lot of money to a lot of people. You know, Argentina, I think, just raised their central bank interest rate to, I think, 118%. So, yeah, you know what? 43 cents an hour, that's a lot of money to a lot of people. All right, guys, look, I'm going off the rails on the rest of this one, man. All right, I have got to get some money out. I want some, I'm just going to free flow this. So if it seems a little weird, I apologize. If you don't want to stick around for this, I definitely get it. But let's go ahead and get into this a little bit here. So where I am stuck right now is I'm simply not earning enough money from this right here. That is not, I'm not pulling down enough. It's about $65 a day based on the breakout here. And that's just not worth the risk. What is that, about $1,900 a month? And I understand. Look, I'm not poo-pooing it, guys. I get it. That is a lot of money to a lot of people. But when I have this much out here and I'm trying to, run a YouTube show and all that other stuff, and I keep showing these wallets, I have got to do better. So I've got to find a way to do it. I scalped the ever-loving shit out of a cash all the way up and down here, man. I was just killing this thing. I had a real good weekend, and I had it here in the cash. I see a lot of people are jumping in. Where's the bottom? Where's it coming back? You know what? Ultimately, look, it's a great product, but let's get real here, man. It's a crypto, and people are going to pile in because this is what we do. This is crypto. Most people don't know what the hell they're doing, what the hell they're looking at, anything. And they're going to defer over to influencers who only now started talking about a cash. I personally find that a little bit funny. I got a YouTube comment on that too. It's like, well, you're just now talking about a cash? No, Jagoff, we were talking about it at 15 cents. Where were you? I didn't see you. You didn't watch the video. We were streaming from a cash server. I just thought all of that was, I just thought that was very, very funny. All right. So anyway, look, I do got a bunch of money. I got to move around. I got to find a better place for it. Crescent is just hands down burying me here, man. Look, it's not burying me, but I'm not earning as well as I should be because the token is just shit. So anytime I pair anything with Beacree right here, this is what you're going to eat. I mean, this is probably one of the rarest times I've ever seen that. It's actually up, Bell, 2%. But if you look at it over the 90-day, for God's sakes, it looks like Adam. I mean, it looks like Adam over the last 90 days, and that is just not good when you're trying to find stable pools. The stablest pool, sadly, is that one right there, is the Adam USDC Gravity Bridge. But Adam is just so in the shitter regardless, and I don't understand how that's possible when you have so many influencers that are just sitting there, cupping the balls on this one, and yet it's still just down, down, down. That's not bad. The 90-day actually looks a hell of a lot better than the 180-day. That's 180 days of Adam right there, guys. Don't say that you're thrilled to be holding this token over the last 6 months. I keep seeing people, oh, yeah, but I earn on it. You don't earn that much, dude. You do not. I promise you, because I own that much. And I don't earn that much. I am down on this over the last 6 months, and I am down hard. So I've been breaking it all out. I've been sending it over bit by bit over here to I've been sending it bit by bit over to Camelot. I'm going to continue to do that. But for the stuff that I do have on here, I've got to put it to work better, and I've got to find a way. So this is dead to me. Crescent is basically dead to me. The last pool that I'm in over here and that I will remain in is Jackal Beacree. And I hate pairing with Crescent. You guys have heard me say this before. I'm going to say it again. I cannot stand pairing with Crescent. And I just showed you why. You don't need to take my word for it. You have CoinGecko as well. And you can open it up and see that this thing is just, I mean, this is on a rocket to nowhere. So I've got to get this stuff moved. I got to find out where I'm going to put it. And interestingly, I'm going to kick my own ass here, but I'm actually coming back over here and looking at Shade, and I'm looking at two particular pools over here. I hate to say it because I do like Shade, and I'll be moving into Astrovault as soon as the rewards go live. But until those rewards go live, man, this is just speculative, and we don't know. But what Carter and team, I would say in team, I don't think there's any team left there, Bell. I know they had a team of like 8, but they went broke and basically fired everybody. So I think it's 2 biz dev guys and maybe 1 developer left. I don't know. They don't answer my emails, so I'm allowed to speculate as well. But what they've managed to do lately is hold that token price over a good 90 days. This was kind of shocking. It actually bottomed out right around $1.70, something like that. And I mean, I went hog wild into this stuff. I wasn't doing it because I love Shade. I was doing it because I'm a farmer at heart. So I went just absolutely hog wild into this. That thing rolled up to about $4.20, 30 cents. If you guys are on the Discord, you remember me talking about it. And yeah, I dumped it. I mean, come on. That's too much. That's too high. That's too soon. This is not going to be a $100 token. But what it is a very farmable DEX at this point in time, as long as he can maintain that Shade value. So the way they did it is right here. That's the way they did it, was in that Silk Shade. Everything on this DEX, the entire purpose of this DEX is not about trading tokens. There's nothing on here that you can get that you can't get somewhere else a hell of a lot easier. And I understand that privacy is a right. I'm a big fan of privacy, but nobody is going to take privacy over convenience. They just won't. It's a troglodyte DEX. That means deep, deep, deep people who want to stay off the grid and never come back. They're the ones who are using this, and there just ain't that damn many of them. When you think about how small communities are and how small the Cosmos community is and how small the secret community is, and actually trying to fathom how many of these secret people are just cultists hoping that the token comes back, or people who are actually serious about privacy. So the people who are serious about privacy, man, that's a fraction of a percentage. We're talking about tiny little bits. So as far as that going, this DEX surviving on itself with its own tokenomics, it won't. The whole idea behind them doing this is to get Silk out into the cosmos. Now, they already cracked Kajira over there, but I think they want to turn Silk into just the stable coin, the one to rule them all. They want this to be the one ring, and they want Silk to be it. I don't particularly love it. It is... What do we call that, Bell? What do we call these Silk? It's both Silk and USK are the same. What did I call them? I call them Stable Curious. Stable Curious.
Yeah, Stable Curious.
They're Stable Curious tokens, but they're not stable tokens. So you have to look into the makeup of what is actually the assets that are actually underlying these stable tokens. And, yeah, they're Stable Curious at best. But they do have some very, very good pools over here that I'm really interested in. Now, I have my, I got 50 grand in this one, Silk Wrap Bitcoin, but that's just a diversification thing. All right, that's all it is. I don't like Bitcoin, guys. You know I don't like Bitcoin. I don't give a shit about Bitcoin. It's a speculative investment, and that's it. That's all it is. We can keep dressing this up and playing around and trying to make it something that it isn't. But for all intents and purposes, it's Doge. For all intents and purposes, it's Shiba, except that it has this cap supply that everybody seems to think is going to change the world. Well, it's only got 21 million. You're never going to see more than that. Step back. All right, step back from that, because if that's where you're pinning your, I mean, that's it. That's your pin. That's your line in the sand. I think you're going to be severely disappointed in this. But it just makes sense to have a stable, to have diversification in your portfolio, and that's going to include both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, I'm not going to blanket just hold Bitcoin. You want to know why I'm not going to hold Bitcoin? Let me show you a chart. We're big chart people here. I don't know if you guys knew this about us. We are monstrous chart people. We believe everything, and we can read the charts and tell you what's about to happen. This is your chart here from June. What is that? June 22nd to today, which is August 14th. So that's approximately 45 days, and for all intents and purposes, this token hasn't moved. So for 45 days that you've been sitting there holding this token and doing absolutely dick with it, meaning you're hoping, you're waiting, don't worry, everybody's going to catch on all at once, and then we're going to go. And then it's going to, you're going to buy a house with it. It's going to be wonderful. But that's not going to happen, all right? It is never, there it is. All right, this is a chart right here. All of this is a whole bunch of wolves that are waiting for a new batch of sheep to come in. Now, the sheep are going to come in on the ETF, but guess what? Those ETFs are pushed out to 2024 already. That is fact. So you're going to be sitting there holding blindly, holding dumb, holding stupidly, and waiting for something to happen until the end of the year. So I would never blindly hold this stuff. This is me, man. Look, this is my inner monologue. This is the way I see the market. You don't see it this way, I'm cool with it. This is the way I see it. But if I could sit here and put it to work, pair it with a Stable Curious, Bell Stable Curious. I'm giving myself a round of applause on that. Yeah. If I could pair it up here with the Stable Curious token at 20%, why would I not put this thing at 20%? The whole idea about a bear market, and a lot of people have not really been through this. You've been in one for 2 years now, but a lot of people have never, ever been through this. These are young people. These are they're not experienced investors. They don't understand economic fundamentals. They do not understand the stuff because they haven't been through it before. I'm not going to finish that thought. I'm not going to, Bell. I'm already being mean. So, okay, look, anyway, sitting there doing nothing with it, this is about, to me, in my opinion, it's about the stupidest thing you can do with your money. You are just opening up your shirt, exposing your throat to speculative investors, to mercenary capital, and you're counting on them doing the right thing, meaning the thing that you want them to do. So why would you blindly hold it when you can earn something on it? Something. And in this case, 20%, guys. We get so hung up on percentages over here. But 20% on what are effectively, at this very moment, stable products. And Bitcoin has been pretty goddamn stable over the last 45 days. I think even the most jaded person who hates me the most would agree that, yep, it ain't moving much. I mean, come on, man. I'm not making this up. You see it for yourself. So if I could get 20% on this and harvest shade, and that's all I'm doing, every single day, I come over here every single morning. I come over here. I click the claim button. I claim whatever's in there. I liquidate the shade. I turn it into Adam, and I move it off the decks over and over and over. We had Carter on the show. I told him, this is what I'm doing. And he said, yes, it's a race to see if I can get more money off this decks than he could put on the decks. That's it. And I'm happy to have that race because, well, I have a lot of money. But I'm trying to find a reason to get back over here. And I'm trying to find a reason to get back over here for this right here. I'm not selling you on it. Honestly, guys, I don't care what you do. But this thing has been in a very, very interesting range lately. Meaning it hasn't been too far goddamn down, and it hasn't really spiked up. When we are farming, when I put on my straw hat, this is for you, Stephen Douglas. I don't know if you wear a straw hat, but I do. When you put on your straw hat, you want fair weather. And a token that is holding in this range to me is extremely fair weather. So right now, I'm looking for a reason to get in here. But if I'm going to, I have to get a really, really decent APR because there's still a lot of risk on this DEX. I need to be compensated for that risk. Now, this is crazy because the pool I'm looking at, what I am considering moving into, and it's going to piss you guys off, but I'm going to do it anyway, is that pool right there. Silk plus Stride Osmo, of all things. Everything I hate about crypto, everything that I despise about crypto, everything I bitch about is sitting right there in that pool. But is this the time for me to stand on my ideals, or is this the time for me to move a little bit of money in there? So I'm thinking it's time for me to move a little bit of money in there, and I'm actually going to swap because, look, I got 30 grand sitting here doing nothing. Why not put it to work a little bit? So I'm not going to do it all live here, but I will do it because it's just easier. If I could figure out that goofy Dex trying to get this stuff over here. We're going to buy $1,000 worth of, it'll cost me $4. Stride Osmo, of all things. Now, this is not the way you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to be doing LSD. I'm supposed to buy native, move it to Stride, convert it. Yeah. I don't care. I'm not going to go through that much trouble. It's not that much money, so people can back off. So yeah, we're going to move that. But I also need some Atom, and I don't think I have a whole hell of a lot of it right now. I've moved it all. It's sitting on Cosmos. I don't even feel like moving it back in. We'll just buy it here. But I need this because I need to turn that Atom into Silk. So we're going to buy $1,000 worth of Stride Osmo, of all things. $1,000 worth of Atom so I can move it over there and convert it and put it into there because I want to start harvesting that pool. I cannot make big moves on this because the slippage is brutal. I mean, the slippage over there is just going to be brutal if I don't do it this way. So we're going to go ahead and withdraw it. How much is that? 19. We'll just do 1,900. I'll leave a little bit of dust in there. Always leave dust. All right, this is Crypto 101 and Dex Harvesting 101. So yeah, you're always going to want to leave a little bit of dust. We'll move 119. We'll leave an Atom in there. And we're going to be pulling both of these out to our Kepler wallet. So if you guys have never done this before, please write this down. But this is the family audience tonight. I know we got nobody watching, man. Nobody's interested in this shit. This is actually what I consider my finest work. So this is the stuff that I don't talk about, but I believe I should. All right. So now we have to move the tokens onto the DEX. So we're going to go from, let me see, where do I have these? We got to move the Stride Osmo, which should be there. Nope, it's not there yet. Hang on, let me refresh. Their DEX kind of slow and kind of sucks sometimes. But I know that the Osmo's on there because you saw me withdraw it. Where the hell did it go? Is it that slow? I mean, it's not here anymore. Yeah, this DEX could be a pain in the ass to work. Give me a minute, guys. I'm not that panicked yet. How much is that? I don't need 227. How much did I need here? 120. Let's just bridge. We'll do the Cosmos first while the Stride finishes its work. I have to get this up here because I have to turn that Atom into Silk. So let's go ahead and get that moved real quick. Any questions, Mel? Quick.
We've got a couple from New Type. Has Nolus protocol launched yet? Wouldn't mind a risk-free 5% APY on USDC.
Oh, I would love a risk-free 5%. I don't know, man. I haven't looked into Nolus. Keep going, Mel. Bridging sucks. This thing takes forever. Their bridge sucks.
And New Type also asks, know of any good pools to use that include PAX G within Cosmos?
No, I do not. Microman, who might even be on the stream right now, happens to be a big PAX G guy. Now, he doesn't, I don't think he does everything that he should do with PAX G, but he would actually be the one that, oh, look, Belle, the bridge finished up. It's a long bridge. This is the Tacoma Narrows Bridge sometimes. Who remembers the Tacoma Narrows Bridge? Anybody who knows that reference will give you a month's worth of Jackal storage. We have millions of these tokens, man. We might as well kind of give them out to people. Yeah, so that is tough. Let me see if my damn Stride Osmo made it over here yet. It still hasn't, Belle. Come on, what the hell? I don't think it didn't go to my Cosmos wallet. It went to my Stride wallet. Let me try to find this shit. This is good. I'm glad things are going wrong right now. This is what we need. Cosmos. No, I can move Atom. I don't think I moved it to secret. It is, in fact, sitting on Stride. I'm not going to open that thing up, man, because that just gets ugly here. I need to get this shit moved. This is the bridge, by the way. This is the... It's got to exist, or maybe it's already here and I don't have to bridge it. Maybe that's the case here. All right, let me see. Hang on. Atom, there's the Atom. Where's the Stride Osmo? I don't see a whole lot of Stride Osmo here, guys. I see 0.9. So that shit is lost now. I just lost $1,000 damn trying to figure out how to bridge Stride Osmo over to here. This is why I don't fuck around with this Dex too much, man. This thing can be sketchy. Where did this money go? Son of a bitch. All right. I don't want to drag out the whole rest of the show trying to figure this out. It'll show up somewhere. We'll find the $1,000. I don't care. We're going to swap half of it for Stride Osmo. So somebody's very, very happy right now because I'm actually making a swap for it. What is that? About 60. $500. It'll cost me $7 damn to make this swap. This is why I bought it over. Shut up. This is why. That's why I bought it over on Osmo. Is Gustav on? He usually tips. Come on, dude. Hook me up. All right? Hook me up.
I haven't seen Gustav yet.
This is costing me gas up the ass. All right. So
and Type was just asking, is it stuck on Osmo chain?
Probably. Again, man, I'm not going to harvest it down, dude. I don't care that much about it. Well, I mean, it's $1,000. I do care, but let's not get nuts here. All right. We need $60 worth of silk, which would cost me another $7. So this is $14. Come on, guys. Tip Bell. I am paying money in case anybody has never, ever seen how to do this before. I'm literally losing money while I'm doing this. So somebody tip the bell. I want to see this thing go off. All right. There we go, guys. We got that. We actually got that. We got 2 swaps done. Let's move into this pool because I'm actually, I forgot I had any money and I got about $30. But let's go ahead and load it up with, what do we got here? Let's do 480. Always leave dust. $1,000. There we go. Look at there. 480, 972. And, I don't think I got enough there. Yeah, it's too much. 96. Oop, hang on. I don't love the Dex, by the way, guys, but don't blame me for this. I didn't build the goddamn thing. I'm just saying sometimes it can be a pain in the ass. Yeah, we're a little off. So we're going to provide, and this is kind of the bear because this thing should have prompted me right now. Do you want to provide an LP? And it didn't. So I have to actually do this, and then I have to come over here and move the little slider. So I have to provide as well. So we're going to stick that in. To finish out my thought on this particular pool, I'm going to move in $25,000 into this pool, just so you know. Now, I'm going to send Carter text and see, or an email and see if he'll OTC me on this, because I don't want to eat that kind of slippage. It cost me $14 to move $1,000. I don't want to eat that 25 times. And the slippage on this is brutal if that freaking Stride Osmo never shows up. Where the hell did this shit go, Belle? I know. Every time I come over here, it's a bear. Every time I come over here, this thing is a pain in the ass. But you know what? It's easy to get the money off from it. I'll give you that one. That's the downside. I got $1,000 floating around out here, Belle. I don't know where the hell it is. This is fun. This is a great stream, by the way. It was Osmo, right? I don't have any. I have Stride Atom. I didn't even know I had it. Stride Osmo. It is just gone. Shit.
And New Type was asking, do you need to refresh the page?
I refreshed it. You saw me do it. It happens over here, Ben. I'm not pissing
It
my
does.
pants. It will show up. If not, I have to send them an email. So I only whacked 1% of the APR on this to put the 1,000 in. But when I go 25,000, obviously I'm going to nuke that. It'll probably drop it down to 49, 48-ish. But let me give you my reasoning on this. I don't do this, and I told you guys we were off the rails on this. All right, I told you we don't do streams like this. Nobody gives a shit about this. All they want to know is what token should I buy and how high will it go and what should I sell. That's crypto. But I don't really do that. What I do is move money around and try to turn as safely as I can, turn money into more money, and this is the way I'm doing it. Now, let me give you my rationale on this, all right? Let me give you my rationale. You guys back off for a second. I hate Osmo. I despise Osmo. Osmo is, they had every opportunity to truly make this into something great. They didn't do that. What they did was rest on their laurels and assume, because everybody said, oh, it's Osmo. You know, Osmo is the cosmos, and that's all you need is Osmo. And then Crescent came along, and then Kajira came along, and then Astrovault.io came along, and then Dex after Dex after Dex. We were talking about this 2 years ago. We said, man, this thing is going to dilute quick. And if they don't actually get in front of it, give us an order book, give us advanced trader tools, give us the shit that traders, investors, people like me actually want. If they don't, they're going to bleed. And I got laughed at, I got ridiculed, I got mocked. You just don't get it, over and over and over. I'm happy to display my comments. And then 180 days later, this happened. And everybody seemed fucking surprised. Oh, my God, how did that happen? Oh, how did that happen? We literally went frame by frame saying this is how it's going to happen. I cleared everything at 80 cents. I mean, I was just happy to get out of it at 80 cents. I was thrilled. And I got hate mail after hate mail after hate mail. No, you just don't get it. Maybe I do. All right, maybe I've been through a bubble before, guys. Maybe I've been through the .com shit. Maybe I've been through all of this. And oh, look, I did it. Now it's sitting there flat. But it's actually interesting to me now for a couple of reasons, and let me tell you. I ate loss after loss after loss on the way down on this. Now, the way I was able to recover it was by liquidating the Osmo that I got in rewards every single day, even though it was depreciating, and putting them into work into other assets. This is what I do, all right? Look, man, I go short, I go long, I leverage, I do everything. But the way that my entire strategy comes together is by me having liquid cash. That's it. So anything that I harvest on Osmo always turns into cash, and this cash can be put to work other places so that my losses are not so gratuitous, so that they aren't just, you know, bending me over and making me their prison girlfriend. So yes, I was able to get out of some of this stuff. But the thing that I find interesting about this right now, and I am not big screen here, do not do what I do. God help you if you do what I do, man. Look, the reason that I can do what I do is because I can eat the losses. I can swing and miss over and over and over. And if you cannot swing and miss, do not do what I do. Period. Are we clear on this? Is there any ambiguity to that message? I can do it because I'm the big stack at the table. That's all it is. So the reason that I find this interesting right now is actually a 14-day, a 14 or a 30-day chart is what actually makes this interesting to me right now. From over the last 30 days, this thing has continued to bleed, and it will continue to bleed because nobody's buying it, because nobody's believing the bullshit anymore, because people have stopped listening to the influencers, and it simply doesn't matter. There's nothing. I don't see anything that is going to stop this thing from absolutely flatlining. They're talking about we're going to revise the tokenomics. Don't you worry. It's going to be great. We got you. Adam is doing the same thing. Don't worry, man. We're going to revise the tokenomics. You guys had the shot at Adam 2.0, and your validator said nope. So, yeah, Adam and Osmo look exactly the same. All right, this chart is almost identical. That's the 30-day chart on Osmo. Let's take a look at the 30-day chart on Adam, just to make sure that I'm not talking out of my ass, which I don't believe that I am. Oh, look, Val, they're almost identical, aren't they? They're almost identical. All right, the success or failure of Adam and Osmo, the success or failure of Osmo is going to be directly dictated by the success or failure of Adam. It is what it is. All right. I call me wrong. I don't care. The chart backs me up. Everything backs me up. I'm absolutely 100% right on this. Now, Adam has gotten to panic mode right now. They literally are getting to panic mode. I can't see the emails that are going back and forth between those top 10 validators, but I guarantee you if I was privy to them, it would say, we've got to stop selling. We have got to stop dumping these tokens over and over and over every single day to support our lifestyles because nobody else is going to fucking buy them. So if we don't stop selling, then this thing is going down, down, down. It's going to sift chain. It will literally sift chain if we don't do something. So something tells me that this little panic mode started coming in right around here from this time, from right around early August to now. Because up until then, there's nothing that's going to stop that bleed. There's no piece of innovation. There's no new piece of tech. There's no new, ICF, we're going to save everything. Bullshit. You know it. This right here is the Godfathers getting together and telling everybody, stop selling. You got to stabilize this token. Because, again, over the last 90 days, what about this suggests that anybody has stopped selling? What about that 180-day chart has suggested that? Nothing. So, yeah, I have cracked the code. I am right. And somewhere in here, they told everybody, stop selling. I'm not going to run the charts. I'm not going to mint scan. I'm not going to start checking out validator wallets. I don't give a shit. I'm going to believe my own eyes. And what I'm saying right here is that they have decided to slow down milking this chain, robbing this chain. They've decided to slow down harvesting investors because in Cosmos, guys, you are the product, not Juno, not Archway, not any of these L1s. In the Cosmos, the product is you, and they've been harvesting you for 6 months. Don't believe me? Look at the chart for your damn self. But something tells me that they finally decided to slow down on the gas. So if they're going to slow down on the gas, I'm going to jump on it. Osmo and Adam are incredibly connected. 100% connected. Somebody told them to slow down or we're going to bottom out. H-bar is going to cross us up. We're going to drop to 35 and then nobody's going to give a shit about us. We're going to be sitting right down there with Kronos. So somebody said slow it down. I'm cool with it, meaning that I'm going to jump on the opportunity because this is the way that I see it. And in this case, it's going to be over there in Osmo. It's going to be in this stupid ass pool with a stable curious token that's going to pay me 58% because I got to earn just like anybody else so I could take this money, harvest this DEX, and move it over to something where I see it being a little bit more meaningful. Does this say mean, Bell? I mean, is this just entirely too much truth spitting out of me tonight? It seems to be. I'm listening to myself and what I said. I'm wondering if I'm taking down this video as soon as I'm done. Should I take this down? I should probably take this down, right?
No, let people get butthurt if they want
Nobody's
to.
going to want to hear this shit. All right, Belle, questions or comments? Go.
One more question coming in from Nurlu, I believe is how you'd pronounce it. Correct me if I'm wrong, please.
Okay.
What do you think about Kadena?
It's not something that I'm in. I'm not saying I'm doing this right now, man. I'm not saying here or here. I do see potential, but I don't talk about tokens that I don't own, man. I mean, that's all there is to it. I only own so many. I mean, crypto is big. I don't own 15,000 different cryptocurrencies. And it's always kind of hamstrung this channel is the fact that I don't talk about tokens that I don't own. It's a dick move. It's an influencer move, and I'm not that guy, man. Look, I'm happy to tell you about stuff that I buy, where I see it, where I'm going to be doing it, what I am moving my money from point A to point B to point C. I'm more than happy to do all that because you watch me do it. All right, you watch me make the Where is that $1,000 goddamn dollars, Belle? It's still not here. Like, it's still not here. Where did this
God,
shit?
it's gonna do the same thing to you that the USDC did to me a couple of weeks ago and take 20 minutes to show up.
Well, now I'm pissed. It's got to move to Stride. You saw me withdraw it. It has to go to Stride. Where the hell else would it go? There's no way because I can't bridge Osmo. No, there's no way it's there. Oh, no. I can move everything off from here but Stride. Where's that goddamn $1,000? I mean, I'm not going to be a little bitch about this, but damn. I mean, that's a lot of money to a lot of people. I did buy that, right? I'm going to have to go back and look at my own video to see if I bought.
Yeah, you did buy that. I watched you do it.
It didn't move to secret. Maybe it did. No, because I got to bridge it to secret. Where's this goddamn money? Bell, questions. Go while I try to sort this out.
We haven't gotten any new questions.
Comments,
actually.
then. Take comments. I don't give a shit. I need a minute.
New type. If anyone wants info on KDA, ask me in Discord. I went so deep in KDA during the bull run. Please feel free to ask me, folks.
You rock, sir. Carry on, Bell.
Stephen Douglas saying, hey, at least you've got video evidence of the transaction.
Oh, I don't give a shit about that. Look, man, it's not a brag, dude. All right, look, man, but when I move money, it tends to be 5 figures, so there's no way I can come There's no way I can come off on this and not be a dick. There just isn't, man. Look, I'm not trying to rub anybody's nose in it or anything like that, man, but it is what it is. And this could be gone. It's got to be somewhere, right? Everybody happens to agree. You saw me make the transfer. The shit's got to be somewhere. It's not here anymore. Let me refresh. Maybe it showed back up over here in Stride, but something tells me it didn't. And where's my where's my $1,000 go? It's gone. It had to go somewhere. I'm going to open up Kepler Wallet and watch. This whole thing is going to crash my whole goddamn system. Oh, such a pain in the... I know. Kepler 2.0 is my favorite. Go ahead, Belle. Comments. So, if nobody's asking questions, just read comments.
Norlu, how about Crust Network? You should check it.
Why should I check it? Sell it to me. Go, Belle.
That's actually the last one, though.
How is that possible? Look, it's not even fucking here. You guys saw me make the transfer. Where? God damn, their RPCs suck balls. Stride RPCs suck balls. You guys saw me make the transfer. I got video right here, pal. Fix your shit. Go, Bell.
All right. So again, Sir KJK commenting, I really enjoy the moving money streams mixed with reasons why.
I appreciate that, man. Look, that's all we're trying to do, dude. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. I'm not telling you what to do. If I was ever going to tell you what to do, not saying I would, but if I was ever going to tell you what you should be doing right now, it would actually be on this token right here. This is the one where I would be telling you what you should be doing step by step, inch by inch, every single little bit of the miracle mile. I'd be telling you what to do on this thing right here. If you're familiar with the token, familiar with this channel, familiar with everything, I do happen to know. Bell, carry on.
Microman, you can deposit your PaxG as GPaxG on Kujira's Ghost lending platform. I don't think anyone is using though.
No,
I don't think anyone is using it though. If there are better things to do with it, I'm all ears.
There are a lot of better things to do with it. I got nothing against Kujira, man. I don't, except they're Terra people, and I will never ever forget, and I will never ever forgive whoever saw Battlestar Galactica. Remember the reboot of Battlestar Galactica, and they had the big sign "Never Forget." That's me right there with any Terra people. I'm there holding up the sign with tears coming out my eyes, going "Never forget." That's me right there. Never forget. That's how I feel about terror. No, you interrupted my mind. Go ahead, Belle.
Sorry. New type chiming in with a comment saying, ooh, potential Camelot competitor opportunity. Check out the MCB Mux protocol, earning great fees on their LPs.
I'll take a look. What kind of LPs are they, man? Are we talking base LPs? We talking V2s? We talking V3s? You got to give me more info, man. I am very knowledgeable. I am super smart. I am super crypto man. Go. Oh, my God. That's it. I need an SC. I'm super crypto man.
All right. And user Deca is stating Stride is down. They are saying congestion on Discord. I'm in the same boat.
You know what? Right here, pal. That's what I got to say. You got to be shitting me. All right. You guys basically exist at the whim of Adam. They paid you how much? $250 million to keep your fucking RPCs up. And you're going to come to me right now and say that it's congestion? Oh, what is the big thing with Cosmos? What do we always say? TPS. That's what we say, right? TPS, TPS, TPS. And now I'm doing it live and I cannot transfer $1,000 because of your congestion, you have got to be shitting me. And if anybody wants to do a video clip, I'm talking to you right now, Linson. You need to replay this video and click it from the start of my rant to the end of my rant and post that up however the hell you want to do it. All of the bullshit that we go through fucking LSDs. And I hate LSDs. I hate them. Everything about it. Everything about your entire chain, Stride. I despise. I absolutely despise what you're doing. But as soon as I try to use you, all of a sudden you got congestion. You got to be shitting me. You are the same people who are jumping all over Arbitrum. And I remember because I took screenshots. When Arbitrum forgot one time, and I don't like Arbitrum. I don't like L2s. I have to go where the money is. But Arbitrum forgot to pay their RPC. And all of a sudden, all of Arbitrum was down because somebody forgot to put gas put tokens in the RPC, and everything shut down. The entire L2 was down, and this is a massively big LP. I'm sorry, L2. But suddenly you guys were just right on it. Well, you should go with us because look at what we're doing. And I try to do it to 10 viewers, and the fucking transaction won't go through. Whoever it was that just cued us into this, send Bella an email, bella@thepodcast.com. We want to send you some Jackal so that you can try Jackal for a month, please. It's on us. Thank you for the heads up. Belle, we're actually over time. I don't even know. I barely got any money moved. I got like $150,000 I have to get from point A to point B, but apparently I can't do that because Stride is down. This is great. Go, Belle.
All right, the last question coming in from Divergent Dan. Scott, is the great world financial crisis ever coming, or is that just another guru thing?
Man, you know what? You got to look at it. You got to look at it all the way around. Are you familiar, sir, with Milton Friedman? Have you ever seen anything by the absolute great Milton Friedman? Take a look at your Milton Friedman, and your answer is going to be sitting right there. I could even tell you the passage. I mean, right in. I love it. I mean, I love Milton Friedman. I'm a huge fan of Frederick Bastiat, huge fan of Milton Friedman. If you want to know my political bent, read anything by Milton Friedman and read The Law by Frederick Bastiat, and you're going to know right where I'm sitting. Is the great financial. Let me say this, ask you this. How familiar are you with propaganda? How familiar are you with the 5 rules of propaganda? And these are absolute, these are biblical rules, man, because they are 100% correct. Get familiar with all of those things. This is the philosophical end of the show because we went live and because we don't really have anybody watching. Read The Law by Frederick Bastiat. Read anything by Milton Friedman. All right, take a look at that. And most importantly, this is for everybody out there. I mean, we go on big screen. Read Plato. Read Plato. I know. It was Plato. This guy, 400 BC. Yeah, read The Allegory of the Cave. All right, I think it's very, very important that you understand the allegory of the cave before you start looking at anybody who's talking finance, who's talking politics, who's talking anything. Read the allegory of the cave. You figure that out, and you don't even have to answer any of these things. I'm going to consider this my outro. Belle, please talk us up. Take us out of here. Guys, I'm live always, all right, from here till I get my audience back. I'm live always. So I'm sorry for the energy tonight, man, but we're in money mode, babe, and this is where I live. Belle, talk us up, talk us out.
All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who joined us this evening, we cannot say thank you guys enough. We do appreciate each and every one of you guys. We are going to be back on tomorrow night at our normal time of 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. In between now and tomorrow night, if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to drop Scott or myself an email, scott@thepodcast.com or bella@thepodcast.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Again, we can't thank you enough, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at ThePodocasts. Also, visit our page at ThePodocasts.com, all one word, for all of our most current content.